Hi guys, Colleen from Walking the Resonant Path. I just wanted to tell you about a book I've just finished reading, and I know you probably can't see the title, but it's called Dorothy of Oz. And this is written by Roger S. Baum, and he is the great-grandson of Frank L. Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz. And this is a very special edition because it's got his Roger S. Baum's signature in it, right there. And it's got all these lovely little illustrations throughout it. Just lots of lovely illustrations throughout it, which I really love. I would generally read you the blurb, but this doesn't have a blurb, so I'll just tell you about it. This is a book where Dorothy goes back to Oz, and she has to stop this evil jester from turning all the people of Oz into porcelain china dolls. And once again, she teams up with the Scarecrow, the Wood Tin Man, because in the book, if you're just confused, it's not the Tin Man, it's the Woods Tin Man. That's what's actually called in The Wizard of Oz, and of course in this book as well. And also the Cowardly Lion, but he's not cowardly anymore because we know that he got his courage and the Scarecrow got his brain and everything, and the Woodsman got his heart, the Wood Tin Man got his heart. So she teams up with them to try and stop this evil jester from turning all the citizens of Oz into little china porcelain dolls. And the jester does actually turn Toto into one. And of course, Dorothy is worried about this, and so she has adventures along the way to help Toto and all the people of Oz not to get changed back from being porcelain dolls. So that's basically the premise of the story. What I really liked about it is that you got that nostalgia because she teamed up with the Scarecrow and the Lion and the Tin Woodsman again, and she used the silver slippers now to get there and back. And now one thing I will say, there are silver slippers in case you think I'm weird and not saying ruby slippers. Ruby slippers were only for the movie. In the original story of The Wizard of Oz, they use silver slip shoes, and in this book they use the same silver shoes so that she could get to and from Oz. And Glinda is the one that comes and tells her that everybody needs some help, Glinda the Good Witch, from the first book as well. Now, I was actually about to call this a sort of third book in the Wizard of Oz series until I read the afterword. And in the afterword, I didn't realise, but it said that Frank L. Baum wrote Wizard of Oz stories in a series until his death in 1920. He wrote, like after he'd published Wizard of Oz, he published the sequel, which is Return to the Marvelous Land of Oz, I think it's called, or something like that. But then, apparently the children kept on writing to him saying, please, Mr. Baum, please write more books about Dorothy and Oz. So he wrote a whole series of it, and then apparently after he died in 1920, another lady took over and wrote it for like 10 years. And then another guy took over and wrote it for 3 years, and then it stopped being written until this was released on the anniversary of the MGM movie release of The Wizard of Oz, on the 50th anniversary of that. This book by his great-grandson, Roger S. Baum, was released. But I actually really liked it, even though it's obviously a children's story, just the same as, you know, the original Wizard of Oz was for, you know, middle grade readers about 10 to 12, or maybe even younger, depending on how well they read. I really enjoyed the nostalgia in it. I enjoyed, you know, all the different lands. We had Lollipop Land and we had China Doll Land. So I really actually quite liked it. I thought it was very sweet. And it just, as I said, gave me that nostalgic vibe. And I particularly like this version because it has the signature in it. And also, as I said, all those lovely little illustrations all the way throughout it, which I really liked. So I'm actually going to give this book a 4 out of 5 cauldrons because I really enjoyed the nostalgia and just the absolute fun and sweetness of it. So that's 4 out of 5 cauldrons for Dorothy of Oz by Roger S. Baum. And I hope you have a glorious day and do whatever resonates within your soul. Bye now.